we have a nice welcoming from our Deputy Director and Vice President for Science and Engineering here at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution. Rick Murray is this person, and he also is a geochemist by training, and now is in this VP position. So, Rick, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody, and I'm delighted to be able to say the sort of ritualistic few opening words, greetings, welcome from the institution. It's nice to see so many friendly and familiar faces out here, for sure, as well as I understand there's about 30 people or 40 people on Zoom. So it's great. Hybrid meetings can work, and it's great to be seeing people in person and interacting from afar. Mac, you said there's how many countries represented here as well? Yeah, 20 to 25 different countries, which speaks to the global nature of the central science of chemistry and biology and the integration, thereof. As Max said, as a reformed geochemist of sorts myself, it's really great to see all these posters around and read them and remind me myself what science is all about, as opposed to what I do now, which is work with data spreadsheets and write really, really powerful memos. But more seriously, I really love programs like this from my time before when I was at NSF, and particularly at NSF, and then here. It reminds me that to look at global scale scientific issues requires global scale looking, and also requires the intersection of biology, chemistry, or whatever it might be, geology and physics, or whatever. But fundamentally, the way science works, the way science thinks, the way science acts is at the intersection or the edges of these different fields. And also, I really like the fact that you folks are trying to achieve big things. You're asking big questions. And yet you obviously also recognize that such big questions and big things are composed of lots of work by individual PIs and their labs and colleagues between those labs. There's this false image, I think, of so-called big science means, 100 people working, together in one room doing one problem, kind of like a bunch of physicists at a telescope or at a collider or what have you. But one of the things I think is really cool about our field is the way to address these big problems still relies on the individual creativity that you bring, that your postdocs bring, or if you are a postdoc, or your grad students, or what have you. And I think that's something our field really should celebrate, and that the funding sources actually do a pretty good job of celebrating. And when I look out here and I see all this here before me and on Zoom, but looking at the posters, it really reaffirms that. And so I really, urge you, as this program is getting up and running, you just keep at it. You keep building the international ties. You keep building the ties within your own countries, and work towards that. And always do remember that it's the individual PIs that are driving the collective bus, and it is that collective bus that's going to be able to answer those big questions that you're asking. And frankly, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of a couple of things. One is you're all a lot smarter than I am. When I read these posters back there, I'm like, Jesus, that's really great stuff, and really cool. And it's a pleasure to be able to somehow facilitate it a little bit in the own little way that I can as an administrator here, and elsewhere. So enjoy the next 3 days, 4 days, Thursday. You're here till Thursday or whatever. Enjoy the fine dining and the wild and crazy nightlife of Woods Hole. Try not to do anything I wouldn't do. Some of you have known me for a while. It's not a long list. But anyways, welcome. Enjoy the next couple days. Thank you.